Hey, are you an adult? Do you want to have some fun? Here's some events for you. The We Create Festival kicks off at 7 p.m. on April 5th and ends late the next day. We Create is a process-oriented festival that gives artists, all self-identified women or gender non-conforming, the opportunity to create original works around an annual theme and present their final work at the festival. This year's theme is Reimagining Resistance, and you're guaranteed to see an unparalleled feast of music, dance, film, circus arts, and media. It's the Mass Mouth Story Slam semifinals at Club Passim on April 15th at 7 p.m. What is a Story Slam, you ask? Ha! Story Slammers sign up on the night of to tell a 5-minute short story on the evening's theme. 10 names are drawn at random, and a team of 5 judges evaluate how each story is told, constructed, and how it explores, connects, and/or reveals some truth about the theme. Oh yeah, and it has to stick within the time limit. It's intense, folks. On April 15th, the semifinals, the winner, runner-up, and audience-selected favorites from the 6 previous slams are all vying for a chance to compete and perform at the Big Mouth-Off in May. So you'll be seeing the best of the best. You gotta get tickets at clubpassim.org. April 28th at the Dance Complex is a chance to be inspired and get in on the dancing action. Or not. The string ensemble Palavar Strings presents You Can Dance If You Want To, a collaborative performance celebrating the relationship between live music and dance. The evening will include traditional dance tunes from Hungary and Romania, with original choreography by Cambridge-based dance company Vamoshka. Then the audience will be invited to participate in a New England contra dance, which is really just a dancing in 2 really long lines. Or not, if you don't want to. You'll need tickets at dancecomplex.org. Hey, do you know Dennis Brennan? Are you not sure? You may recognize him as the regular Wednesday night resident at Cambridge's Lizard Lounge. He is heading to Waltham for the Charles River Museum's second shift concert on April 25th, bringing his mixture of blues, country, soul, folk, and good old rock and roll, but in a stripped-down, more acoustic format. The performance begins at 8 p.m. and doors open 30 minutes prior. Get your tickets at charlesrivermuseum.org. In case you missed it, the 2016 election inspired protests, marches, and mobilizing and organizing efforts to change the direction of the country and create a more compassionate and just world. Resistance Mike at Oberon presents a series of intimate performances with a diverse group of artist-activists. They'll be telling powerful stories and performing politically engaged works that read, move, sing, and speak truth to power. This is Tuesday, April 16th, and it's the last in a series that is at 8 p.m. at Oberon. You'll need tickets at AmericanRepertoryTheater.org. Last but not least, come witness the debut of 10 brand new lady bands at Ladies Rock Camp Boston April Showcase. For reals. In 3 days, these ladies learn an instrument, form a band, and create new music together. You'll literally be able to say, I knew them when they just began. You won't want to miss, and all the proceeds go to support Girls Rock Campaign Boston's programming, which empowers girls to believe in themselves through music education and performance. That's Sunday, April 7th at the Once Ballroom in Somerville. Tickets are $17 at girlsrockboston.org.
Hello there, I'm here with Ali Ruiz from 826 Boston, who's going to talk about the half marathon. Is that enough halves?
Yes, I counted with you.
Yeah, right on. Tell me about your 5 times half marathon and what that's all about.
Sure. Well, Boston is a very fitness enthusiast city. We see
Sure
people
is.
running all the time. So we were kind of feeling a little bit left out. So we decided to create our own type of race, which is the half marathon, which equates to 0.826 miles, which we found was the magic number to get more people involved, as well as the fellow riders from our organization.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
So are you finding that you're getting a lot of people joining in this half marathon because they don't want to run a full one and it's just the right size?
Yes, yeah. I think it's a smaller commitment than having to train for a full marathon or a half marathon or even a 5K. And we encourage anybody that signs up to be, you can cross it running or walking or dancing or reading.
Or crawling.
Yes,
okay.
Get creative. We encourage it. So we're excited to see what people come up with when they join us at the starting line.
Yeah, right on. So what does it look like at this race? How many people people participated last time, and what are you expecting for numbers this year?
So last year we had about 160 people register. It takes place at the Boston Common, so we're in a very public place the Thursday before the Boston Marathon. We actually also have 2 Boston Marathon runners that help us lead warm-up exercises for the strenuous race course. And it's just a community of riders and runners that want to get together for a good cause. A lot of our support system comes from college students or volunteers or other community members that just want to meet fellow riders and short distance enthusiasts.
Sure. Okay, cool. There's more to this than just the race itself, right? I heard there's an after party, and there's all sorts of other things going on during the day. What's that like?
Yes. So after the .826 course is completed, we all get together in a celebratory walk to downtown, go to Papagayos for some appetizers and some drinks, and just continue having a good time.
Yeah, right on. So why is this event really important to this community here? Please tell me about that.
Absolutely. So 826 Boston is a nonprofit youth writing and publishing organization. We empower students ages 6 to 18, and we really strive to help them find their voices and share their stories with the world. So this event in particular helps us fund the different programs that are free to students in Boston through our publishing projects, our tutoring center that we have in Roxbury, our in-school tutoring programs, college essay writing boot camps, writers' rooms. I mean, the list goes on.
That's
and
a
on.
lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this event definitely helps us fund those programs and opportunities for our students.
Right on. Now, 826 Boston, it clicks for me now. 8.826. There's your half marathon. You're also part of a larger organization, right? With 826 National.
Yes.
What's that all about?
Yes, so there are 8 chapters nationwide, and each chapter has a unique approach to student services that we provide. And I mean, we've been around for over 10 years now, and with 826 Boston, our center is known as the Bigfoot Research Institute. So that's unique to 826 Boston, but each chapter, I encourage you to go online and find out what all the other chapters have. 826 National started with Dave Eggers, who's an author as well, and he really wanted to just provide unique, clever, and fun writing opportunities for students. And the way to do it was just to kind of make writing fun for students. And that's why we definitely try to provide opportunities nationwide for students to write about wild, imaginative, crazy things, or things that are close to their heart.
Tell me, what is your favorite part about the half marathon?
Yes. Well, aside from the fact that it's less than a mile, I really love seeing the unique ways people show up to our race. People come in costume, they bring their pets. Last year we had a bunny come with a fellow racer.
Right on.
So people get really creative with how they show up, and they form teams, and sometimes the teams may have a theme, or sometimes everybody just shows up on their own with their own costume. So
right on.
I really love seeing the creativity shine through with our supporters.
Great. And a .826 mile marathon is probably about 10 to 15 minute run?
If that, yes.
Okay.
Or longer if you're walking it, which is totally fine too.
Yeah, awesome. I could probably do that. Maybe I'll sign up. Where can I, sign up or reserve my spot or get my, race numbers? How do I do that?
Yes, so 826boston.org/half is where people can sign up. Our social media is constantly providing updates of, some of the runners that have signed up or anything fun that you should know before the race at 826 Boston on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. But yeah, visit us online.
Right on. Yeah. I think we will. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that your event goes great.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to National Small Business Week. Thank you for joining us in celebration of the true engines of our economy, America's 30 million small businesses. National Small Business Week honors the innovators who take a risk on an idea, invest in their communities, and create jobs. Their skills and creativity not only support their own families, they make our neighborhoods vibrant places to live and work, and fuel our nation's economic strength. This week, we honor the entrepreneurs who make tough decisions every day, sacrificing short-term perks for long-term gain, investing in their futures, turning their visions into reality. We celebrate those who challenge the status quo, the risk takers and innovators who look for new ways of creating products or serving their communities. We salute the courage and persistence of those who don't always get the attention or appreciation they deserve. National Small Business Week has been led by the U.S. Small Business Administration for more than 50 years. The SBA, an independent federal agency, powers the American dream by helping entrepreneurs start, grow, and expand small businesses. The SBA has 68 district offices and an extensive network of resource partners across America, including Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. They offer counseling on starting, scaling, and succeeding in business. Everything from how to draft a business plan to how to export products overseas. Many entrepreneurs need funding to start or expand their small business, and the SBA guarantees loans made by its lending partners to qualified borrowers, people who usually can't get funding from other sources. The SBA helps small business owners expand their customer base by training them to compete for government contracts, especially those set aside exclusively for small business owners. And the SBA helps people recover from declared disasters. It provides low-interest loans to affected businesses of all sizes, as well as homeowners, renters, and nonprofits, so they can get back on their feet. The SBA supports small businesses at every stage, whether they are starting up, expanding, or getting through a tough time. As they succeed, our economy and our nation succeed, and that's something all of us can celebrate. Welcome to National Small Business.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of your Human Service News and Information. I gotta apologize for cutting you short on the broadcast today. We won't be here too long, but for a little while we have a little bit of information, Human Service News and Information to share with you before we go off the air due to some difficulties beyond my ability to do anything about. Okay, This is I had some other things, but I'm just to get right to the point. I had come across an article by the House and Finance Committee Chair, Miss Maxine Waters, and she was at a hearing, I think it was Tuesday, to discuss the proposed infrastructure spending that includes more than $90 billion for housing. Now this is she addressed the I guess the was it the Senate? But anyway, I'm going to share this article with you, and you can determine what you think of the finer details of this article. But it's about her addressing the I guess the big muckety mucks down here in Washington D.C. with a proposal to do something about low-income housing. Okay. The title of this article is entitled, Will the Infrastructure Package Address Public Housing Problems? Okay, House Financial Service Committee Chair Maxine Waters led a hearing on Tuesday to discuss a proposed infrastructure spending plan that includes more than $90 billion for housing. As congressional leaders met with President Trump about infrastructure this week, housing advocates made the case on Capitol Hill that new investments in public housing ought to be included in infrastructure package considered by Congress. The advocates told U.S. House Committee on Tuesday that the poorest renters have fared the worst as housing prices have climbed and housing supplies have dwindled in recent years. This situation has become more difficult because the federal government, which provides the lion's share of money for public housing, has scaled back its funding or at least failed to keep up with inflation for public housing and many related programs since 2010. As a result, public housing agencies estimate that they have at least $70 billion in unmet capital needs across the country. The huge backlog of needs repair is a major reason why the country is losing about 10,000 public housing units every year, advocates said. An infrastructure package is an opportunity to respond. Daniel Yintel, the president and CEO of the National Low Income Housing Coalition, told the Housing Finance Committee, like roads and bridges, affordable housing is long-term asset that helps communities and families thrive. The hearing was on the draft proposal from U.S. Maxine Waters, the California Democrat who chairs the committee. She outlined a plan that would include, okay, here it go, $70 billion for physical improvements to exist public housing, $5 billion in block grants to state to construct new public housing under the National Housing Trust Fund, $5 billion to help communities prepare for natural disasters, $1 billion for repairs and upgrades to rural housing for low-income residents, $1 billion to help Native American tribes address substandard housing on their land, and $10 billion in new money for the Community Development Block Grant (CDBG) program, which would be used as an incentive to encourage cities to drop or scale back impact fees or other regulations that add to the price of housing. So that's her proposal that she submitted before the I guess the what's that, the Senate or U.S. House Committee. Okay, that's what it was. Anyway, I wish her all the luck in the world and God's help in obtaining these priorities. So Maxine Waters has been at things like this from day one. She has a proposal for homelessness, and if time permits, one of these days, I'm gonna read that to you. And also, there's a proposal by Kamala Harris, I think that's her name, and she's running for president, and she has a plan that she wants to present, if she can. Okay, but time won't permit us to go into that today. But we're gonna be reading and going over this for you to study. And if you don't have it yet, I guess you can go on the internet and get this article. Will the infrastructure package address public housing problem? So they're trying to say that public housing is an infrastructure problem. It's part of the infrastructure, and it needs to be addressed as part of the infrastructure. And this is what the present administration, current administration, past administrations have been circumventing, addressing public housing as an infrastructure priority, okay? But if time permits, we're going to try to get into that a little bit more. But since we got here late, I want to try to move on to some other things. Okay, I opened with National Business Week, and the City of Cambridge, the Harvard Business Association, I guess other business associations, small businesses all over the city, has something planned in Cambridge here for Small Business Week. But unfortunately, I didn't have that information with me today. But I'll tell you how you can get it. You can contact the City Hall and the City Clerk's office and inquire about Small Business Week here in Cambridge and all of the activities that the city plans and any other small business group in the city have in store for you. Okay, so that's I think it starts May 5th to May 11th, so don't miss that one. Small Business Week here in Cambridge. Okay, Okay, I got one more thing I wanna share with you. They had the 20, I guess the annual 2019 annual meeting here at CCTV, and I didn't find out who won the elections yet, but I did get my hands on a copy of the 30th anniversary album here, and I think this is a public document available to public. So if you want to come in CCTV and pick up your copy, okay, that's the 30th anniversary album, community television at CCTV, and it has a lot of things here. And I don't know if this is the annual plan, but it's loaded with information about yeah, it is the 2018 annual report. They call it annual report, not annual plan. So you come on in and see what CCTV has been up to for the past 2 years, and get your copy of the 30th annual album, Cambridge Community Television, okay? And, I hate, like I said before when I came, I hate to cut it short, but I gotta tell you, I gotta leave you as I came, but I also forgot to extend a cordial out to you in peace. But I want to leave you as I came with a cordial of peace. Peace be unto you, and keep your nose clean, play it straight, and don't forget to assist someone in need of your help. Until next time, I'm Hassan Rashid, and I thank you for being with us, waiting patiently and tolerating me, okay, in my shortcomings. None of us are perfect, okay? And we're going to talk about that too one of these days, how no human is perfect, okay? But this is your Human Service News and Information. And so until next time, once again, I leave you as I came with the universal cordial of peace. And that's peace be unto you.
Business Week. Thank you for joining us in celebration of the true engines of our economy, America's 30 million small businesses. National Small Business Week honors the innovators who take a risk on an idea, invest in their communities, and create jobs. Their skills and creativity not only support their own families, they make our neighborhoods vibrant places to live and work, and fuel our nation's economic strength. This week, we honor the entrepreneurs who make tough decisions every day, sacrificing short-term perks for long-term gain, investing in their futures, turning their visions into reality. We celebrate those who challenge the status quo, the risk takers and innovators who look for new ways of creating products or serving their communities. We salute the courage and persistence of those who don't always get the attention or appreciation they deserve. National Small Business Week has been led by the U.S. Small Business Administration for more than 50 years. The SBA, an independent federal agency, powers the American dream by helping entrepreneurs start, grow, and expand small businesses. The SBA has 68 district offices and an extensive network of resource partners across America, including Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. They offer counseling on starting, scaling, and succeeding in business. Everything from how to draft a business plan to how to export products overseas. Many entrepreneurs need funding to start or expand their small business, and the SBA guarantees loans made by its lending partners to qualified borrowers, people who usually can't get funding from other sources. The SBA helps small business owners expand their customer base by training them to compete for government contracts, especially those set aside exclusively for small business owners. And the SBA helps people recover from declared disasters. It provides low-interest loans to affected businesses of all sizes, as well as homeowners, renters, and nonprofits, so they can get back on their feet. The SBA supports small businesses at every stage, whether they are starting up, expanding, or getting through a tough time. As they succeed, our economy and our nation succeed, and that's something all of us can celebrate. Welcome to National Small Business Week.